gonna tell you this, man. As I watched the Diddy trial, and I actually been alive long enough to know the things that was going on at these Diddy parties. And then when I watched this trial, man, I think that the DA, the prosecutor them, did like most DAs do. Them folk went for the chunk. They went for the bite of the apple because they didn't want just a snap, they wanted the whole apple. And them folks literally did a lot of things that people don't understand about the legal process, man. Them folk got this jury sitting up in there, and they got all these charges that they don't charge this man with that they said that he did. And then they put all these witnesses on the stand that proved that he didn't do what they said he did to them individuals. And now the prosecutor them dropping them charges on them individuals, such as kidnapping, extortion. And a lot of people ain't sitting back and thinking that this is the only reason that they went out to Diddy, because them folk knew about them Diddy parties 20, 30 years ago. Them folk came through with a situation called Me Too, and it gave a lot of women a voice. Some of them women was actual victims of situations in life, and some of them people was looking at a way to make a bag. And the first person that them folks ever took into custody was a person named Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein had his own island, and he was what you would call a real sex trafficker, man. Dude was involved with a lot of kids and a lot of individuals, and a lot of political figures took pictures with kids like Donald J. Trump, man. When them folks figured out that they couldn't get Trump because Trump was running for president and he was damn near a shoe-in, them folks went out to the next best thing. They went out to Diddy. Because what people don't understand is a lot of things that went on behind closed, it was consensual. Them folks didn't prove nothing in this Diddy trial, but that Diddy was a sick individual that was willing to pay for whatever he wanted. Dude didn't go out there and take nobody, kidnap nobody, make no motherfucker get in no car. Dude pulled up on motherfuckers and told them I got 20, 30 bands, and them motherfuckers spread it to motherfucking little debit cheeks, male and female. And every motherfucker tried to take their 15 men of fame testifying against Diddy. You had motherfucking male prostitutes and people talking about the sick shit that Diddy did and sick shit he did, but didn't now one of them folks say Diddy forced them to do nothing. Didn't now one of them people that got on that stand say that Diddy forced them to do nothing. Them folks showed 1 million bottles of baby oil and little baby pools, but they didn't do nothing to show that he was a freak, man. If them folk would have just charged Diddy with the assault on Cassidy, Diddy wouldn't have went to jail, but they would have got a conviction. But I'm sitting back and I actually been watching this trial and studying this trial. And if I was a juror on this jury, I'll be questioning why did the DA feel like now that they want to drop the charges against 3 of their main witnesses that got on the stand. And the conclusion that I would come up with is that them folks know them folks lied, man. Them folks dropped the arson charge against Kid Cudi. Them folks dropped the kidnapping against the Maya, his ex-girlfriend. She got on the stand and pretty much told the whole story of how Diddy life was. She said Diddy never forced people. She said, but people gravitated towards Diddy because Diddy had that power. Diddy had that money. Diddy had that point where he could pick up the phone and call billionaires and get people signed the labels and get people put in movies just with a phone call because them folks swap favors. And she said that her first encounter with Diddy, he went out there and got him a male prostitute and brought her back in and they had fun. She said that she felt like it was an adrenaline rush and she was hoping that it was only that one time, even though she heard the stories about Diddy and Cassidy and all the other people in Diddy's life. But she said after the second and third and fourth and fifth and sixth and seventh and eighth and ninth time, she said she figured that it wasn't going to stop. She said, but she kept on doing it because she cared about Diddy. And that's what a lot of these people, why you think Cassidy stayed with Diddy? Cassidy was one of the people that them folks said that did the same type of thing that Diddy did. Except Cassidy literally went out there and got the people up off the streets and brought them to Diddy. Diddy just put that bag out there and got a lot of other people to go out there and do a lot of things that they chose to do on their own. And them folks, instead of giving them immunity, they should charge a lot of individuals crime.